KR9.
Sounds almost silent compared to the 12 gauges we were shooting.
Sounds like a stapler, like an electric stapler.
Yeah.
Hi, Misha here, and with the end of 2019, kind of seemed like a good time to do a retrospective on this gun. This is the Kalashnikov-USA KR9 9mm. And I've had this one of mine here for just shy of a year now. And Jay has had his KR9 for about 8 months now. And together we've put thousands of rounds to these two examples. Granted, that's not a scientific study. However, we are known to be fans of PCCs, especially 9mm PCCs, and also aficionados of the AK platform. Not really, but, you know. On the other hand, never really have been big fans of American, US-made AKs. Kit guns, sure, but wholly made guns, not so much. And when we put out our first video at the beginning of the year, people were really up on the PSA 9mm AK offering, and we're saying the KR9 was too expensive, and some other things. But since that time, there have been some changes. Military Arms Channel and AK Operators Union, Tim and Rob respectively, have done videos on this gun now, and I think it's safe to say the videos were positive. That has changed the attitude. It's also helped that after a year the price for the holiday seasons have dropped on these to $1,000 or less at some places. So yeah, where are we at coming into 2020 with Kalashnikov-USA's gun? And I thought we would just kind of talk about Jay and I's experiences. And then at the end we'll put up, honestly, as many shooting clips as I can find, just to give you a big long string of bang 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 if you'd like to see this thing really cycling over and over and over. And that's one reason we haven't done a whole lot lately with this gun, because frankly, both of ours have been reliable. There hasn't been a lot to talk about. Every time we go bring 9, we'd run a few extra mags through one of our guns, and it was just the same shooting. Now, one issue that Robski reported was that he was having trouble with the magazines dropping free during mag changes. So, we thought we would test that out ourselves. So let's get over the range and see if we have some issues doing rapid mag changes, because this is ostensibly a drop-free mag. Well, how did it work out for Speedy Gonzalez Trigger Finger J? Then we'll come back to the table and talk more about the results. KR9. KR9.
I hadn't seated the mag all the way. Try that again.
How was that mag change?
Fine. Yep.
KR9.
One more mag.
Yep. So there you have it. We've had no trouble with doing rapid mag changes. Even on empty mags, they pop out very easily for us. Of course, I can't do it one-handed here for you, but the worst we can say is sometimes on a very full magazine, especially with a new mag that you haven't worn in yet, you might need to kind of slap it, but it has a very positive click and is quite easy to use. We're not doubting Rob's experience, but everyone's is a little different. And also keep in mind that sometimes magazines, polymer mags especially, when they're brand new, are oversized and just need a little bit of wear in. Speaking of the mags, the 30 round mags it uses are very much inspired by the Vitesse. Saiga 9. Curved. Like I said, they're straight in. No bolt held open or anything. I've also found these Czech SAVZ26 mag patches fit it perfectly. They hold 5. They're very cheap and brand new. So, cool mag pouch. I have left mine in stock configuration. Jay's done a little more to his. I went with the KR9 carbine because I wanted the metal folding stock. And while of course I don't like having the 16-inch barrel, I don't think it looks egregious. The Saiga 9 doesn't actually have that much shorter of a barrel. I don't know, personal taste. You can definitely get the KP9 with the machine gun length barrel, but then you don't have anything in the back. Yes, you can put an arm brace on, but to me, personal choice, having the arm brace plus the folding adapter plus all that is kind of a Frankensteinian contraption that adds a lot of unnecessary weight and bulk back here. What I like about this style of Russian left side folding stock, when it's folded, there's no block hanging off the back at all. And it's a hollow stamped metal stock, so it's a very light one, and it lets this gun remain extremely lightweight. I like the Russian, the Izhmash style, kind of oversized flared pistol grip. I find it very comfortable. Standard heat shield handguards. Some people have complained about them being loose. Mine were when I first got it. 5 minutes with a little bit of electrical tape has resolved that. I just put a little electrical tape back here. To be fair, I've had that exact issue with pre-banned Chinese too. Sometimes AK handguards fit loose. It bugs me, but it's also easily fixed. I don't see the need for a quad rail. Again, keeping the gun slim and trim. There is a little pick rail under the gas block if you need something up there, foregrip or light laser. And then you get a pretty good quad pick rail on top. Plus you get the standard iron sights. Yes, it's on the dust cover, but it's also hinged in the front, and at least mine locks quite tight in the back. It should hold a red dot plenty fine for a 9mm. The one thing I did replace, it came with the Tapco trigger. I'm not a big fan of Tapco triggers, so I put in a trigger group from Fime. which is essentially an American copy or close facsimile of the Russian Molot semi-auto trigger group. I find it's a little cleaner than a Tapco. It's also machine steel, so you can hone it, unlike a lot of the cast triggers. Other than that, safety on mine's fine, not too loose, not too tight. Other than that, the only other thing I did, the flash hider or muzzle brake in this one, it comes just screwed directly onto the barrel. It's 1/2 by 28. I put in a very thin lock washer because it has a tendency to kind of unscrew a bit and get a little loose. Again, there's 100 different fixes. You can use Loctite, you can use a washer like I did. Probably a different muzzle device would fit tighter. It was a small, minor thing. And that's what happens with guns. You will find small, minor things. But this is a US-made AK. And the fact that it is reliable, consistent, and they've done the bolt group and the trunnion properly, there's no issues with those chipping away or cracking after a year. Not just with our two guns, but other people's. The worst thing that could happen is back here on the dust cover, it was making a crack on the earliest guns. Interestingly, I only heard of that happening on KP9s, not KR9s, but I have zero explanation for why. Either way, this was a issue on the original Saiga 9, and something that Kalashnikov-USA very quickly accepted and fixed. And that's something important about customer service. Do they believe you? Because if they don't believe you, they're not going to fix the issue. But they accepted there was an issue, and they said they corrected it, and that seems to be the truth. But everything else, the stock locks up tight. Nice magwell. Very positive catch. Very good dimples. XY stampings on this side. No pick rail, scope rail because we have a pick rail. See here. So when it's folded, there's nothing hanging off in the back. Also, it does have the grip reinforcing plate that everyone wished the Saiga SGL 3194s, 95s had. It's the small details like that they got right. It even has the correct rear sight for everything as a Saiga 9. Even has the little foot in the trigger guard dimple there. Combination. Interestingly, even though it has a extended barrel, it does have the plunger. So if you wanted to cut your barrel down, you could. It's ready to go. So even these are SBR ready. That's it, guys. Both of our guns have just been reliable with a wide range of ammo types, even aluminum case, which doesn't work in a lot of guns. 115, 124, 147 grain, etc., etc. It just works, and it seems to be well built. And Kalashnikov-USA seems to be having good customer service. And frankly, no one is as amazed as me. I really thought they would be vaporware. And to be fair, to date, they've only released these and their Saiga 12 copies. But we'll see what happens at SHOT Show. Maybe some 6239's on the way. So this is the first time I've kept an American-made AK. And if they do come out with, say, an AK-103 clone, or even better, AK-104, I will decidedly give it a chance. They've kind of won me over. When these first came out, they were about $1,200. Now, like I said, you can get them for $900 to $1,000 brand new, which is reasonable and probably about what an SGL 9, if whenever it was imported, would go for. Anyway, we talk about the history and the mechanics in other videos. we just wanted to let you know we have been shooting ours. We haven't just left them dusty in the safe. There just hasn't been a whole lot of new stuff to report. They just work. So with that said, I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to attach all the shooting clips from the year I can find after this. So if you'd like to see it running, just keep watching the video. If you have any questions or comments or own one of these KP or KR9s yourself, we'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. And if you'd like to help support the channel in the new year, please click on the link and check out our Patreon page. This is Misha, and also on behalf of Jay. We greatly appreciate everything, all the support, guys. And we'll keep trying to contribute back to the gun community that we do love and care about so much. Well, Happy New Year's. First shots out of the KR9. This is SIG 124 grain. KR9 second rounds with 115 grain Celerin Bellot S&B.
This is a Wolf 115 grain.
First steel case.
Winchester white box, cheapo Walmart 115 grain. Clear.
Fiocchi 115 grain.
A little more gas blowback with that one, but it ran fine.
The first 130 rounds went smoothly, so as promised, let's try some Federal aluminum case. This stuff jams in everything.
And Jay didn't want to put more than 5 in the mag.
KR9. KR9. KR9 with a full mag of Federal aluminum.
Few bump fires.
Jay, the human bump fire. KR9. KR9. See, kids, he can slow fire. KR9.
What was about slow firing?
Never mind. KR9.
KR9.
Go ahead.
KR9. KR9. KR9, last mag of the day. And that makes 500.